how you program yourself like being in the shoe like that? That's like
I draw. I'm a tattoo artist, bro. So I've been drawing all my life. You know, I
can't draw stick figures.
Shit, that's a box right there.
I could draw anything if especially if I got the time to do it. Like in there, I could come up with some pretty sick.
That's a dope ass talent though.
Yeah, and not only that, but I used to fucking just think about how I wanted to be when I got out. You know, you got a lot of time to think. So, like, I've been wanting what I'm doing now, as far as, you know, everything that I got going on. Like, I've fucking been put this shit into motion years ago, but I had a lot of setbacks along the way that it kind of it stifled that dream for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
If you could speak on it, what would be like one of your worst jail experiences or prison experiences and your best?
My worst one?
Yeah.
Probably fucking up that cop.
And then what about like a wake up call type of thing in there?
When you were like, fuck, I got to actually
fucking
change
up that
myself.
cop.
Yeah, same thing.
That incident really changed my life, because, you know, I fucked him up and I warned him multiple times. He was just a dick, bro. And he thought I was somebody because of the way people received me. I had just got there to that joint straight out of reception center, so everybody greeted me very warmly. Like I told you, I grew up with all these fools my whole life. So when I pulled up to the yard,
motherfuckers already knew you, so
everybody was like, fucking fly boy. You know, some people hadn't seen me since a year ago, some people hadn't seen me in 20 years, but
they still remembered you.
Everybody knew me, bro. And fucking and so the cops seen that, and people gave me like brand new shoes, sweats. I mean, here's a case of suits. Here's some like
they automatically thought you was somebody. Like, who the fuck is
this?
The
cop thought that I was somebody, and I was just flyboy, homie. But everybody got mad love for me because just this is the way I am. The way I am with you fools that aren't here. This is just the way I am, you know. And like I don't ever have no problems with nobody, dog. Everybody, I just got mad love for everyone, you know. And so they received me very warmly. The cop thought I was something that I wasn't, so he fucking in his head he thought he was doing something, and he got fucked up for it in the end. And I gave him multiple warnings. Please stop. Like I was going through a divorce. Like I wasn't gonna see my kid for like 4 years. Like my ex was fucking tripping. Bro, my shit was
your mental
bro,
state was
I'm barely coming back from drug abuse. Like I'm clean, but it takes a while for your real personality to come back. And so like I was in that transition, and I fucking I begged them, bro, like just leave me, because I would come home from the yard and like my bed would be all tossed up, my cell would be all tossed up. Yeah, and I was like, homie, like you're doing the most, fool. You're gonna get fucked up, because that's how we were taught in there in the 90s. And you were taught that if these motherfuckers press you, homie, press back. Straight up.
Don't take no shit.
So that's what I did, and he got fucked up for it. And so anyhow, that was one of my biggest regrets, because the timing that I did in the shoe, you know, I had a lot of time to reflect, and you know, like my family was upset at me, my ex was upset at me, like everybody just thought like, fuck, fool. Really? You just finished telling us you were doing good, and now you're in here for fucking up a cop. Like, so that was one of my biggest regrets.
But also the biggest wake up call.
It made me see shit for like I seen a lot of shit in there, homie. I'm not gonna lie. Like the shit you guys see on the fucking videos on YouTube and all that.
Ain't shit to compare what's in there.
That ain't nothing compared to the shit that I lived with, that I dealt with, and that's fine. That's what we signed up for, right? But when you see shit like in person, it makes you value yourself or devalue yourself.
Because hearing stories is one thing, but when you actually fucking physically see that
so
shit,
you can either say, whoa, like I'm not cut out for this shit, or you're gonna be like, fuck yeah, homie, where do I sign up? You know what I'm saying? And I was like the whoa. Like I'm cool with this shit, because like I'm not that type of person in my heart like that. I'm not cold blooded like that. You know, and so I kind of just started doing my program, and then I finally got out of the shoe, homie, and then I fucking just went to the yard, and right away I was received warmly again, and but this time there was a lot of drugs there, homies. And
so how you weave through all the politics and run the system and shit like?
Well, the politics, homie, you only it's like the mud, homes. You only go as deep as you put your foot in it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, after I spent a little time and observing for myself, I realized that I don't want to be like that. So I was doing things opposite way, like trying to retrain my brain to not think like that anymore.
Yeah.
So, but it's hard to do it when all around you that's all you see is, and not only that, but I got caught up in drugs too in there. So, I was heavily addicted. Like I was doing heroin, I was doing meth in there. You know, I was shooting up straight up, and fucking I was in such a dark place that I even tattooed a fucking syringe on my chest that with the word "dope fiend" in it, and a spoon with a piece of tar.
Shit.
And flame and like a skull right there to represent like this is death, motherfucker. Like
that's crazy.
So anyhow, that's how low I went. That I thought that was fucking cool.
I mean, you usually have to hit rock bottom before you can make your way back up.
Well, finally, so my best moment would probably be, you know, meeting somebody after a divorce, and then I met my ex-wife there. You know, we knew each other, and she came back I had a cell phone and shit. So I was, you know, surfing the web, and I threw my stuff out there, and she caught it, homie, and we reconnected, and we ended up falling in love, got married. So I would say that I was already trying to get out of that mentality, but when she came, she really fucking threw that mentality out of me. And I think that's why I am the way I am today. I don't think like that no more because, like, I wanted it myself, but I couldn't fully do it. But because
she gave you that support system.
Well, yeah, because when nobody loves you, it's hard to love yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, fool, my ex had left me. Like, I hadn't seen my kid in 6-7 years. Like, when my first wife left me home, she like cut me dry. Like, no visits, no kisses, no mail, no pictures, no nothing. So my kid was 12 already, but in my eyes, he was still 2 because I ain't seen shit. Like, she didn't even let my family see him. She moved away, and that was that. And I was just like, fuck, hey, that's fucking cold-blooded. I made, and you know what's fucked up is that when I meet them, they're not like that. The women that I've married, they're cold-blooded now. But when I met them, they weren't like that. So it was me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I turned them like that. So these are the things that I would think about, especially now, even today. Like, you know, I'm in therapy today, especially through all the shit that I lived through. Like, I know that there's a root cause for everything, homie, and I can't figure it out myself. So I went to a professional, be like, hey, let's try to work this shit together. Like, if you help me, then I'll tell you. Like, I'm fucking Sopranos when that goes and starts talking. That shit's some real shit. Yeah. I mean, you know, obviously you. So
would you recommend therapy to people?
Fuck yeah, I'm a big
because a lot of people, you know, they have that facade like, oh, I'm too proud to do that shit.
Especially men. Yeah. Because especially men in therapy, it's because, you know, as a man, we think we got a grip on everything. Especially we get in a fight with our ladies' homes. You know, she would tell her she wants marriage counseling or she wants couples therapy, and you're like, all right, just to fucking get back in, homie. But once you're in, that shit goes right out the window. You go right back to doing you. Yeah. But that shit don't work, Holmes. Because I've been in therapy 16 months. So the shit that I talk about is not just me wishful thinking, oh, yeah, you should be in therapy. No, like, I know therapists now. I have therapist friends who call me, bro, and check in on me. So, like, I know that it helps. I know that if you really want to be the best version of yourself, you got to clean up your mental health, homie. That's your Ryan song. Yeah. For real. If you want to be the best version of yourself, you gotta clean up your mental health, Holmes. It's like fucking, you know, having a nice ass car with a busted engine, Holmes. You only get so far. Yeah. So the first things people do to try to better themselves, homie, is hit the gym, right? Go on a diet or whatever.
Health.
Yeah, the appearance.
Yeah.
Well, physical health. Yeah. But physical health is fine, homie, but you're running on the treadmill and your fucking mind is going like this.
This is still controlling that body. That's why.
Well, you might look good on the outside, but your inside's still trash. Yeah. So that's what you're gonna portray to the public, or that's what you're gonna tell it's all just gonna come out because your wheels are spinning too fast or in a negative way that you know. So what therapy does is you go in there and you know, she helps you or he helps you pinpoint what happened, the root cause of something, deal with it and toss it. Because, and it might not go like in one day, you know, sometimes it's one issue that I had, homie, took me like a couple months. And it was like a ball in my gut, and I was like, fuck, this shit's not working, dude. Like, this shit's still there. And then one day, homie, when I even least expected it, I was just driving and I was like, fuck, I don't feel that shit no more at all. Even never felt it again.
Damn.
To this day. And I could talk about it. And I know that that's because of therapy, bro. So therapy really fixes a lot, homie. You know, if I would have went to therapy, I would have been married still, probably. You know, but I'm glad I'm not.
Shit.